Back at the bunker, the atmosphere was tense. We had returned with valuable intel, but the cost had been high. Several of our team were wounded, and the weight of our mission hung heavily over us. Elena worked tirelessly, her hands glowing as she healed the injured. The rest of us gathered around the table, reviewing the information we had gathered. "They're stockpiling weapons," Marcus said, his voice grim. "And they're planning something big. We need to strike before they can put their plans into action." Maya's fingers flew over her device, decrypting intercepted messages. "They're moving out in 3 days," she said. "We need to be ready." I looked around at my team, feeling a surge of determination. "We have to hit them with everything we've got," I said. "This is our chance to cripple them for good." With the plan set, we prepared for the final assault. The next few days were a blur of activity as we readied ourselves for the fight of our lives. The day of the assault dawned cold and gray, the sky heavy with clouds that threatened rain. The mood in the bunker was somber but resolute. We had prepared as best we could, and now it was time to execute our plan. Each of us carried the weight of our mission, knowing that this could be the turning point in our fight against the Purifiers. As the team gathered in the main room, Marcus stood at the front, his eyes scanning each of us. His voice was steady and firm. "Today, we take the fight to them. We've come a long way, and we've faced incredible odds, but we're still standing. We'll hit them hard and fast, and we won't stop until we've taken down every last one of them. For our families, for our future." Everyone nodded, their expressions determined. We moved out in silence, our footsteps echoing in the deserted streets. The old military base loomed ahead, a fortress of concrete and steel, heavily guarded by the Purifiers. We split into our designated teams. Jackson and a group of fighters took the front entrance, ready to unleash a fiery diversion. Maya and her team of tech experts headed for the security center to disable their defenses. Marcus and I led the main assault team, poised to strike at the heart of the base. Jackson ignited the first explosion, a wall of fire erupting at the front gate. The Purifiers scrambled, their attention drawn to the blaze. Maya's team slipped through the shadows, infiltrating the security center. Within moments, the lights flickered and went out, plunging the base into darkness. Alarms blared, adding to the chaos. "Go, go, go!" Marcus shouted, and we surged forward, using the cover of darkness and confusion to breach the perimeter. Inside, the base was a maze of corridors and rooms, each one filled with armed Purifiers. The sound of gunfire and shouts echoed through the halls as we fought our way deeper into the complex. My enhanced reflexes and strength gave me an edge, allowing me to take down enemies with swift precision. Marcus moved with the grace of a seasoned warrior, his movements fluid and lethal. We covered each other, pushing forward through the relentless waves of Purifiers. Elena and her medics followed behind, tending to the wounded and keeping our team in the fight. We reached the central command room, where the Prophet had once commanded his forces. Now, another leader stood in his place, a woman with cold, calculating eyes and an air of ruthless efficiency. She turned to face us, her lips curling into a sneer. "So, the rebels have come to die," she said, her voice dripping with contempt. I stepped forward, my knife glinting in the dim light. "We're here to end this," I said, my voice filled with conviction. "Your reign of terror is over." She laughed, a harsh, grating sound. "Fools! You think you can defeat us? We are the future. We are evolution." With a wave of her hand, the room filled with Purifiers, their weapons trained on us. The battle erupted into a frenzy of violence and chaos. I fought with everything I had, my mind focused on one goal, ending the Purifiers' threat once and for all. The fight was brutal and relentless, but we pressed on. Jackson's flames blazed through the base, creating chaos and destruction. Maya's tech skills kept the Purifiers' defenses offline, giving us a crucial advantage. Elena moved through the battlefield, her healing powers a beacon of hope amidst the carnage. Marcus and I reached the central console, where the leader of the Purifiers stood, her expression twisted with rage. She unleashed a wave of dark energy, but we were ready. I dodged to the side, and Marcus charged forward, his blade slicing through the air. "Enough!" she screamed, her voice filled with desperation. "You will not stop us." I moved in behind her, my knife poised to strike. With a swift, precise motion, I drove the blade into her back. She gasped, her eyes widening in shock and pain. Marcus delivered the final blow, his sword cutting through her, ending her reign of terror. The room fell silent, the remaining Purifiers either fleeing or surrendering. We had done it. The base was ours. We gathered our wounded and regrouped, the weight of our victory slowly sinking in. The Purifiers had been dealt a crippling blow, but we knew the fight wasn't over. There were still others out there, still threats to our fragile peace. Marcus stood before the team, his voice filled with both pride and caution. "We've won a great victory today, but we can't let our guard down. We need to secure our position, rebuild, and prepare for whatever comes next. But for now, let's take a moment to celebrate what we've achieved. We've shown that we can stand against the darkness, that we can fight for our future." As the sun rose over the city, casting a warm glow over the ruins, we stood together, a united front against the chaos. The road ahead would be long and difficult, but we were ready to face it together. For our city, for our future. We would fight, and we would win. The days following our victory were a whirlwind of activity. We fortified our defenses, gathered supplies, and reached out to other survivor groups. Word of our triumph spread, and more people joined our cause, bringing new skills and resources. The bunker became a bustling hub of hope and determination. Elena's clinic grew, her healing touch bringing relief to many. Jackson worked tirelessly to repair and upgrade our defenses, his fiery spirit a constant source of motivation. Maya's technological prowess kept us one step ahead of any threats, her devices ensuring our safety. Marcus and I focused on strategy, planning our next moves and coordinating with other groups. We knew the Purifiers weren't finished, but we were ready for whatever came next. Our victory had given us more than just a strategic advantage, it had given us hope. As I stood on the rooftop of the bunker, watching the sun rise over the city, I felt a sense of peace. The fight was far from over, but we had proven that we could stand against the darkness. We had shown that we could fight for our future and win. I thought of Sarah and Emily, their faces a constant reminder of why I fought. I knew they would be proud of what we had accomplished, and that thought gave me strength. Marcus joined me, his presence a comforting reassurance. "We've come a long way," he said, his voice filled with quiet pride. I nodded, my eyes on the horizon. "And we have a long way to go. But we'll get there. Together." He clapped a hand on my shoulder, his grip firm and steady. "Together," he echoed. As the first rays of sunlight broke through the clouds, casting a warm glow over the city, I felt a renewed sense of hope. We had faced incredible odds and emerged victorious. And I knew, with absolute certainty, that we could overcome any challenge that lay ahead. For our city, for our future, we would fight. And we would win.